But all I'm saying,
that was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. That was a good one. But all I'm saying is that Lucky is not wrong, because if we're gonna be consistent, then we have to designate the same way that we operate when we say you having two girls or a chick slept with another chick or whatever. You can't separate it when it's convenient. When we then say, nah, she's still a wife or whatever. Nah, if she for the streets, she for the streets. You can't pick and choose when she for the streets and when she ain't for the streets. You just married a chick for the streets.
I agree, but can you say
you married a woman that's in like never did it before, but she'll do it for you. The second she does it, she's for the streets. Is what you're saying?
I believe if she's doing it for you, she probably
right, and I believe what he'll believe too.
I just don't believe that. I don't believe that most people is that special where you are the only person.
But Anton, if you say that, right, and which I agree with you, because what a lot has changed. Would that mean though the standard of what man will accept have changed as well too? Then
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if a man gets to a place where he'll share his wife, it means that society has got to such a place that men are like, well, I know who I married was kind of a hoe anyway, so I'll share.
I don't believe
versus
that.
Versus what you say.
No, I don't believe that everything goes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You got to have a cutoff point, and I think that it's today. The problem I think is that there is nothing that's off limits. I believe that everything has to have a cutoff point where it's like, all right, you know what? Not that though. Like that, I can't go that far. Or at the very least, people need to say, I can't let my chick be with another. I can't. I'm not the type of dude that can ever let my chick be with another person. I'm just not.
So basically, y'all saying polygamy is being a hoe.
What I'm saying is that if you're gonna say that it's a difference between a hoe and a housewife, then you can't say that if you then saying that a chick that can sleep with another chick is a hoe, but then it's not a hoe when it's your chick and you married to her. You got to be consistent across the board. Either she a hoe.
You got to be consistent. Have we identified what makes a woman a hoe?
Polygamy don't always mean sharing the women. A lot of times too, Bruiser, they stay in two different places. They don't mean you're sharing her. Like you're having threesomes with these women.
And if you're taking care of both of the chicks, would both of them be gold diggers?
That was former hoes.
Here he go with this shit.
Guys, listen up. As you get older, the best way to continue to look young, exuberant, and vibrant is to continue to take care of your skin. That's why I'm excited to have Teej Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. You heard me talk about them before, and you're going to continue to hear me talk about them because I believe in their products and the positive impact that they have on every man's life. Teej Hanley makes taking care of your skin so easy. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing that you don't. Every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Lapeef family, I must admit, skincare wasn't always something I always focused on, but since I started using this system, I've seen improvements in the way my skin looks and feels. And you don't have to take my word for it. They have over 5,000 5-star reviews on their website from satisfied customers from around the world. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer, and a PM moisturizer. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off retail price, the ability to customize your box, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Teej Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click that first link in the description and you'll get 30% off the first box plus the free gift. Seriously, that's an amazing deal. Even though it's too early, as I often say, it's never too late. Click that link and get started today. Why married men cheat after many years of being loyal.
Working with clients, sexual drive has a very minimal influence on why men actually step out of their marriages and relationships. What I find in extramarital affairs, it tends to be very little to do with sex drive and far more to do with lack of appreciation. When men are in a relationship where they feel like their efforts or their energy and their resources is not at all being appreciated, they then look for validation outside. When they meet another woman who is able to show them more thought and attention, that is the woman that they tend to cheat with, rather than just the one that they find the most attractive or somebody who just ignites the most desire. And what thoughtfulness basically looks like is finding a woman who's able to predict their needs before they have the chance to vocalize. These simple acts of kindness is how men feel appreciated rather than just words. They like to see it through acts of service. So the more acts of service you show a man, the more appreciated he feels, and the more appreciated he feels, the less likely he is to seek validation elsewhere, in my personal.
All right. Why married man cheat after many years of being loyal? I'm gonna go ahead and start with Courage for Life first. What are your thoughts, man?
I just feel like the spark is not there anymore. And I feel like men love to have the atmosphere of like, I'm the man, you're making me feel good. Like even when Mr. Let Go was talking about earlier, he would take a chick from Walmart because she's making him feel good. She's stroking that ego. And I feel like after a certain amount of years, women aren't doing that shit no more. But you know, if she's fresh and something new, it's like, ooh, you're this, you're that. She's hyping him up. She's making him feel good about it. She's setting up a certain atmosphere. And maybe his wife is no longer doing, because she like, bitch, I done seen you for 15, 20 years at this point. You know what I mean? So she's no longer impressed. That's just my thoughts. That's it.
Okay. All right. What's your thoughts about it, Ali? Why married man cheat after many years being loyal?
Because he wanted to. Like the crazy thing about these questions is like when brothers try to coach brothers to teach men how to get women to submit. That you can't teach her how to submit. She gonna listen if she want to, and she ain't gonna listen if she don't want to. So if you dealing with a certain caliber woman and you're a certain type of caliber man, she gonna listen. The same thing for this. If that man got at a certain place and he felt like he wanted to cheat and deal with another woman, he gonna deal with another woman. And it ain't about what I think. It's just nature. We all know men are polygamous by nature. You can get some men to control their nature and be in monogamous relationships when they make agreements, and they'll stay true to that agreement. But for the most part, men are as faithful as their options. If he felt like he could do it at the time, he just did it. It just a man doing what he was going. He did it because he wanted to. It ain't don't mean a woman. And I ain't gonna say there ain't times where if a woman falls short from her position to a man and he picked her as a wife. But most times, if a man made you his wife, most times those brothers ain't gonna leave. He loves his wife. He just chose to cheat or exercise his option, like Kevin Samuels used to say.
Precious, what are your thoughts?
I agree with Ali. I also agree with the woman in the clip. So a man is going to do what he wants. However, I believe in women being of service to their man. Like I think that should be taught somewhere. Like after a while, a lot of women like to get married for the wedding, for however many people they can get to come to the wedding. They got to have these big expensive weddings. And then you hear men say, well, after the wedding and after everything died down, she don't do this no more. She don't do that no more. They do everything to get the man, but they're not necessarily keeping the man. And then the man cheats on her and she's wondering why. Well, you have to look at yourself and say, am I doing everything I can to keep him? Am I serving him the way I should be serving him as a wife? Like I said, Ali is correct as in men are going to do what they want. However, it's two people in the relationship. So if a man decides to step out on you, other than him doing what he wants, you have to also look at yourself and say, am I doing what I should be doing in this relationship?
So Ali, if a woman does everything that, let's say, you want or a man wants as far as the sexual needs and I don't know, in a spiritual sense, would a man step out on his wife?
He could possibly. Most monogamy is societal based. It's a social construct based on religion and society. Man didn't use it, but that ain't something that men been doing throughout the course of time. Marriage is a created social construct. So if I love Precious, I'm gonna use Precious. I use Precious sometimes. If I love her, I'm never letting go of Precious. She could be the most wonderful wife in the world. She may slack off sometimes, and I'll be like, dang, I don't like she doing that. But it's like, if I tell you I'm never dealing with a 600-pound woman, I ain't gonna never deal with no 600-pound woman. So if a man gets in an agreement with a woman and say he's not going to cheat or exercise his options, you are asking a lot of them, especially if he's a great man. A lot of times men feel like they earned that too as well. And they finally get to be how they want to be as a man. They did everything for their wife. It's how long was that marriage? 20 years? Was it 20 years? Oh, that would reference point. But it has nothing, most of the time, it has to do with if he wanted to cheat or not.